Hello, Jon and Missy. I know I'm late on making a testimonial, but I felt I owed it to you and myself to make one anyways. I started this program on February 6th. It is now March 9th. Sorry. I posted a video on the webpage where we do our upload our units. So I'm hoping that you will go see my video there, because first of all, if you do see it, I apologize. I'm not one to show a lot of emotion. My nickname is Mamabear, and I have a lot of my cubs, my kids, and my best friends. They depend on me to be strong, and I totally made a fool out of myself on that video falling apart. But it was just because you have no idea what you have given me, what you have done for me, and I know countless others. I'm a single mama bear. I have 4 children. 2 of them are older. One is has given me 2 beautiful grandbabies that I unfortunately have not had a chance to meet yet. I'm stuck here in Canada going to school while they're in Florida. But I'm hoping, thanks to Lifebook, that is going to change, and that I will be able to reach my goals and financially be able to take care of everything, go home to them, and give them all the best life possible. I have my youngest son with me, Aislinn. He's 7 and he's special needs. We have been through a lot, him and I. It's just been him and I since he was born, and he has had a very difficult life for just a little boy. I am trying everything in my power to make a better life for all my kids and grandkids, but especially Aislinn. For kids like him, he's not getting the help that he deserves, that he desperately needs. I recently graduated last year with my business accounting degree. I went to school for my business administration, but due to a problem with one of the professors, I didn't end up graduating that. But I figured Aislinn and I went through something last year, and it was just the last straw for me. And when I wasn't able to get him the proper help he needed, I decided my son's best advocate is his mama bear. So they didn't have anything specifically for his disorder at the college. So I went back for mental health and addiction so I could help my son myself. It ended up being a gift from God. I'm a recovering addict. I've been on methadone for the last 8 years, and I'm almost off it, but I became an addict. I don't want to go into great detail. This is a testimonial. So I'm a survivor of multiple sexual abuse and sex trafficking, and it led me down a very, very dark path for a very, very long time. It affected my children, my marriage, everything. Then I got pregnant with Aislinn, and because I didn't have my girls with me, my family ripped them from me and sent me 2,000 miles away to Canada. Long story. And I didn't have a choice. I had nothing to live for. My kids were everything to me, and I was a good mother. I don't talk to my family. They're not supportive. But when I had Aislinn, it was like a second chance for me. I wasn't going to have him. I didn't want him to bring him into that life, but He saved me in ways that I could never express. It wasn't that my other children did not save me. They did save me every single day that I wanted to die, and I wouldn't, because I couldn't do that to them. But I eventually would have, not by my hands, but by drugs, living on the streets, being sold to different monsters. It was just, he was physically there. I had somebody that absolutely depended on me, and I couldn't have an abortion. Anyways, I couldn't do it. I needed him. Anyways, soon as I got pregnant, I went on methadone. I tried getting clean, but I would have lost him. So I went on methadone, and it was the best decision I ever made because it saved my life. He saved my life. My biggest issue was I've done really well, and I've gone back to school, and I've tried to make a better life, but it was and I even started my own little life book where, you know, I had a book that I put all my goals in and everything I wanted to achieve, and I posted on my walls. But it was this strategy. I could never figure out how to make my goals come true, to achieve them. And the biggest thing that was stopping me was my fear. I was afraid to go out. I was afraid to, I would miss a lot of days of school, even in the last few years, because I was just, at home I was safe. But I was depriving of my son of so much, and myself. And so much has happened since then, but when I found Lifebook, I truly believe that it was God's gift to me, another gift, because since I've done Lifebook, there's so much that I could say to you and explain about my past, and then explain now, and you would get it, and you would be like, oh my God, really? Lifebook was the absolute best thing that has ever happened to me, next to the birth of my children. Before I was advocating doing my own YouTube channel and my Facebook page, but I wasn't consistent with it, and I didn't know how to start my own campaign or to get into it. I didn't know how to help people, and I have a lot of anger in me, and I deal with that, and my son's behavior is triggers for me. So it's been a really, really hard road. But finishing Lifebook, I posted it, I put it on boards, and you'll see it in my video that I posted on Facebook. I printed out all the slides. I did it on PowerPoint, and I printed out all the slides and the pictures and everything. And I have 12 boards in my living room, which is now my office. So I see them every day, and every morning I wake up, my ritual is I read all of my visions. Sometimes I read all 4 of every board, but that's time consuming. So most of the time I read the visions, because to me that's what's most important. I already know my purpose, my children. But one thing that helped me amazingly was when you said in the vision, you have to not only picture it, but you have to make the details specific, and don't answer the questions, just write. And that's what I did. I closed my eyes, and I have the talk to text on my Word, and I would envision everything in my head, and I'm talking down to my mansion with my retreat in my backyard, and waterfalls, and how I decorated my house, and what kind of furniture, and how my kids' rooms would be set up, and I mean, everything was down to the very last detail, and I just talked to text, and I was specific about everything, and I can't even tell you what perspective that put it in for me. And then the strategy just came. And I wanted it so badly that I have been fighting against that fear. I started a new page, and this one's called A Mamabear's Mission. And it is specific. I still advocate on my other Twitter and Facebook pages for my son and for children of special needs. But this one is specific for sexual assault, sex trafficking, and some of it even talks about addiction. I am meeting with some people in town to find out how to start a fundraiser. I'm already doing a small fundraiser for Children of the Night on my Facebook page, but I'm talking to people about starting my own campaign and what are the steps. And I'm writing a book about my whole life and everything I've been through. And I have a famous celebrity that has offered to read it, not do anything else, just read it and let me know what he thinks. And I'm going to get it published, and I'm going to travel the world talking about my book and bringing awareness and educating others. And it is my mission in life. I used to think I was nobody, that I couldn't do anything, but yes, my dream is to rid the world of sex trafficking, and maybe that won't happen in my lifetime, but that doesn't mean that I have to sit back and think that I can't do it, because I have to do it. I am going to share my story, and I am going to educate people, and I am going to help other women and children, because I didn't have anybody. I didn't have support, compassion, understanding. I've been dealing with this shit since I was 6 years old. And the thought of other children going through what I went through, I have to do something. I want my life to mean something. I don't want it to be for nothing. I want to leave a legacy for my children. I have so many things on my to-do list that I'm finally going to do, that I am doing. I could talk here forever, but I've been on here for 13 minutes, and I don't want to bore anybody, but I wanted to tell you, Jon, you said at the end of one of your videos, the last video, that you were so grateful to people like us who did Lifebook for giving you this opportunity, when in fact, what you're doing is saving lives, because you have helped impact and change and save my life in so many ways, and I will be forever grateful to you for that, for giving me this gift so I can be a beacon of light for other women and children. Leave a legacy of hope and courage for my children so they can be proud of me. I am, like I said in the video, I'm going to message you in 1 year, and I'm going to send you a video, and I am going to put all different things in the video of the places I've traveled and the people I've seen and the people I've helped and the book I've published, and I just want you to see what you did to one life, and to know that there are thousands and thousands of lives like mine that you have impacted and saved in ways you could just never fathom. I don't know how I could ever repay you and Missy for what you've given me, but I'm going to start by making my life mean something, and by doing my part to pay it forward and help others. I still have a long way to go, but I'm taking it day by day, and I will never, ever give up. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much. I did say in my video that I could not keep going because I use my rent money to do this. But it comes down to making a choice. I've talked to my landlord, and he's being supportive. And I'm going to have to work really hard to make up that money and eventually get caught up on my rent. But I've decided to let you keep my money, and I'm moving forward with the mastery class, which I will be starting tonight. So, here's to saving a life and making this world a better place for all of us, especially our children, because they are our future.